Good afternoon, everybody. As we're gathering for our time together today, welcome to Wisdom for Living. Those who are checking in, by all means, do that. We are looking forward to hosting and sharing with just a plethora of partners who come in and join with us every day. Glad to see you. It's Chapman, Lydia Chapman. Good to see you, Lisa Freeman. Lord, blessings to everybody today. Solange Crenshaw. Blessings to everyone who's joining in and chiming in to our administrative staff and staffing coming in. Thank God for you, Kathleen Moore. Kathleen Moore. Hope you all are having an amazing day. I believe my sound and all that is coming through well today. We were able to work out some of the challenges and some of the technical difficulties that we were having yesterday. I think we got them straight today. So I'm glad to see everybody chiming in. I'm seeing your comments well. I believe our audio is good and everybody's able to see what they need to see. So do me a favor, if you will, as I'm greeting you, I would that you would uh, please attach this to your networks. We're getting a lot of wonderful participation and sharing. And I want to make sure that everybody, if you would put this on your network, it will help whatever your mechanism of stream or making known is. We're welcome to our YouTube audience, to our Facebook audience, to those who are all over, wherever you are, whether you'll be chiming in on your phone, in your car, in your home, wherever you are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sheila Pate, wonderful to see you. It's been quite some time. The Lord bless you. Tina Wills, thank you. Thank you so much, Tina. You took some wonderful photography of us. We were in the Maryland area over the weekend. I just saw it, and it's amazing. We got a chance to share together in that. Thank you for all you do in assisting me when I'm traveling. Mother Arnetta Washington, one of our great, just uh, uh, long time seasoned anointed vessels. I thank God for Mother Washington, Elder Washington, and Missionary Washington, and we call her all those kinds of things. She's got a whole lot to do. Everybody do this. Everybody make sure it's on your list. Glad to see you, Mickey. Glad to see you on. Minister Moye, the Lord bless you. I'm telling you. Jason Wynn, I'm very glad to see you. I understand some things were going on with you, and I'm glad to see you're well and with us today. There's a whole lot to us being who we are. For those of you all that are already on, I want to begin with this. Being who you are is such a unique discipline. Being who you are is such a unique opportunity. And the more you grow, the more you acquiesce into placement and posture and purpose, the more you find yourself learning about yourself and identifying yourself and peeling back the layers of who you were so that you can become who you are. You are more. I'll say that to you. You are more. You are next. You are not only evolving and surviving, but you're thriving and expanding. And so there's a growth and there's a stretching out that's happening. So be mindful that every day you are matriculating into the next you, a you that you may have to introduce yourself to, a you that you may have to become acquainted with on your own. So I'm glad you're in, and these teachings that we're doing are going to help you matriculate into your next. Um, I want to be better. Get that in your spirit. I want to be better. As you want to be better, then better can come to you. As you want to be better, better happens. Better things happen to people who are ready for better. And so you have to put that in your mind. You have to put that in your heart that I'm ready for better. I want to be better. I want to be more. I want to be next. When Tiffany Chambers says, I want to be next, I want to be more, it means I have now achieved where I am and I'm moving forward. When Demetria says, okay, I've achieved what I've achieved, but I'm ready now for the next level of development for myself, the next level of development. It's who Melissa Blue is about to become that makes her a wonderful joy to be around, makes her excited. And when you're not about to become, Micaiah, if we're not on the edge, on the precipice of next, then we're on the risk of boring ourselves and boring those around us. And when you get bored with you, you start making mistakes. You start reverting. You start digressing. When you get bored with yourself, you enter into a realm of digression. So it's the expansion of Kathleen Moore. It's the discovery of who I am, the discovery of who I am next that makes my life thrilling. Get ready to discover the next you, the next you. And then the next you won't be the same weight. The next you may not have the same people in your life. The next you may change your wardrobe. You may change your attitude, your disposition. You're reaching for something else in life, and all of those are a part of life. Some of the things I used to do, I do them, but I do them differently because I'm different. And so it's the fact that Juan Nelson continues to matriculate that makes him a dynamic leader. If you're only what you were, then you become stuck in the mundane instead of moving into the next. You have to understand that it's Gina Rivers now, not Gina Flo. It's Gina Rivers. And because it's Gina Rivers, you may not have met Gina Rivers. You may have only met the prior person. But I'm better now because I'm discovering the next me. The Roger Woodsons, they're discovering the next them. The Ivan Garlands, they're discovering the next them. So that's my precursor to our getting into our lesson for the day. And everybody, I want you to put this particular teaching on your network, however you do that. You may put at something. I believe I saw somebody the other day put at highlight, which means it goes to your entire network. But share this right away. Like, tag, share, put this somewhere where you know it'll also benefit somebody else. All right, so thank you. Today's lesson is mastering self-doubt. What an interesting title, first off. Mastering self-doubt. And I actually changed it because at first I said overcoming self-doubt. I said, no. We want to master self-doubt, a lesson in self-confidence. Let's be very specific. We want to master self-doubt and understand it's a lesson really in self-confidence. My point or my intention of today's lesson is to equip everybody on here, to equip you with strategies to overcome self-doubt and to cultivate self-confidence. Equip you with some strategies to overcome self-doubt and to equip you with self-confidence. And you can write that down for yourself. Out of this lesson, I want to gain ground on overcoming my own self-doubt and cultivating my own self-confidence. Now, overcoming self-doubt is this. Let's start with this. Overcoming self-doubt, it really begins with self-awareness. If you're going to overcome self-doubt, it begins with self-awareness and self-compassion. Self-awareness and self-compassion, where you begin to recognize your strengths, challenge your negative thoughts, set certain realistic goals, and celebrate progresses as they go along. So let's begin the lesson. First point. Let me introduce what I mean by self-doubt, because that's the first thing. Self-doubt, and write this definition down for yourself. Self-doubt is a lack of confidence in oneself and one's abilities. Lack of confidence. It's not the inability, it's the lack of confidence in yourself and your abilities. And note that those are two separate things. Who I am and what I do. Who I am and what I do. They're two separate things. Too many people make who they are what they do. When I am a pedagogue, in that I am an adamant and almost fanatical teacher, very very dogmatic about what I teach. I'm a professional professor one who is almost pedantic in what I believe in. I'm that. I am a preacher. I'm a bishop. I'm a leader in spiritual matters, whether you call me bishop or apostle. That's who I am in spiritual matters. But that's really what I do. What I do is I pastor. What I do is I do the work of a bishop. I do the work of the apostle. Who I am is Suzette's husband. Who I am is Kezia and Joshua and Chanel and Siobhan, Shalice, and Sean's father. That's who I am. And the concept of I'm a spiritual father. I've got several spiritual children. I'm my angels, I call them. I'm their grandfather. And then I'm James. And there's so many different components. So a large part of your self doubt is first dealing with your self awareness. So when I know who I am, then I understand what I'm under attack about. So what's really under attack are those different dimensions. When you talk about self doubt, it is attacking all those dimensions of myself. It's attacking my confidence in who I am, and then my abilities in what I can do. What I can do as a husband, what I can do as a bishop, what I can do as an apostle, as a pastor. All those things are under attack. And I've got to understand that they're under attack individually while they're under attack collectively. It's an aggregate attack, but it's also individual. So Renee is not just being attacked as being a proficient administrator. She's not just being attacked as being someone who's working in the school system. She's also being attacked as a woman in her accomplishments as a woman, as a mother. And when you start doubting who you are and dealing with doubt, you deal with who you are as a woman, who you are as an administrator. Those concepts. It's who Denise Baker is as a grandmother that becomes under attack. Did you do a good job as a mother? Is it now becoming a generational curse? All those things become suspect to the attacks against me. So self-doubt is the lack of confidence in oneself and one's abilities. Make that clear. Make that clear. Tanis, I want you to get that. Priscilla Williams, I want you to understand that. It's attack in who I am and what I do. Who I am as Priscilla, what I do as Dr. Williams. Both things are under attack when you talk about self-doubt. Now, let's talk about some of the common triggers to self-doubt. One of them is, and once you watch this, one of the triggers to self-doubt is comparison. Comparison to others. I'm just going to give you a couple of them. Comparison to others. And while I'm talking, I want you to give me, what do you think are one of the things that would trigger your own self-doubt or have triggered your doubts, your self-doubt? First off, does everybody understand what I mean? And I realize this is not a Zoom style interactive, but it is interactive in that you can write it down. So let it be known to me. Put in your timeline if you know, or put in your comment. Do you know that you have to battle with self-doubt? You say yes. I definitely battle with self-doubt. And if so, then can you identify one of the triggers that deal with your self-doubt? And I'm giving you these as example. Thank you, Gina. I see you. Often people who are actually in position to do things, they definitely fight with self-doubt. And you'll never know it. You'll never know it because the fact that I do what I do so well, or that I am who I am so well, does not mean I don't deal with self-doubt. It just means you may not know about it. All right, thank you. I want to make sure I got the right class today. All of you all are saying, yes, yes, yes. I got it. I got it. I am definitely one who deals with self-doubt. James French, I hear you. So comparison to others, that's one thing. That's a trigger for my self-doubt when I'm comparing myself with others. Anybody got anything else? Anybody got anything else? I'm going to give you another one while we're talking so you kind of get an idea. Comparing to others triggers self-doubt. Fear of failure. Fear of failure triggers a doubt. Wow. Fear of failure. You ever self-doubt steps in when you feel like, I don't know if I can do this. I got you, James Barcliffe. I don't know if I can accomplish it. And what's worse is people are calling me something that I don't know if I can do. Oh, thank you so much for that, Micaiah. She said parenting. Just can I parent? Oh, am I? Can I be a good parent? Or I can have a baby. Yeah, I can have a baby, or I can get somebody pregnant. But can I be a good mother? Can I be a good father? Because those are two different conversations. You know, I may be the daddy, but am I a father? You know, I may be responsible for having the baby, but am I a father? I may be the womb, but am I really a mother? And the fear of failure to that, and the comparison to others, who I see others, doing it. So, fear of handling success. Someone said fear of handling success. It's a trigger. When I see others' success, and I wonder, hey, can I be that successful? And if I am going to be that successful, can I do that? Doing something wrong, fear of doing something wrong, making the wrong play. I see your Alicia. The fear of doing something wrong. Am I going to get this wrong? Am I going to make the right moves? Um, and another one. Oh wow, Renee, that's interesting because I was going to talk about past experiences, and she said forgiveness on past decisions, past experiences. They're triggers to my self doubt. The fact that when I was in this place before, or when I had this opportunity before, I blew this, or it's like getting over that hurdle of the thing, getting over the hurdle of that. So these are triggers. It's good for you to list your triggers. Good for you to listen to, yes, being effective. I see you, Antonia. Can I be effective? What is perfection? Alicia said not being perfect. And not even know what perfect is. Because perfect again is about me looking at what other people have determined. It's almost giving somebody else my narrative on what perfection is, and I'm just concerned about that. So being concerned about that puts me in a position where I have to now look at my scenario to see where's my self doubt. And then Melissa Blue brought up one that I want to look at. She brought up age factor. I'm at an age that, and that's got a lot of different ways to look at that age. Some of us look at age as I've passed a timeline, I've missed the window, and then some look at age as I'm no longer capable of doing what I could do when I was younger and more vibrant. And both are relevant points. And both are real places. These are both real places I'm talking about now. And when you deal with your self-doubt, somebody just saying, oh, you're not old, or you're not that old, it doesn't change what just because somebody says it, it doesn't change your fight with it. Somebody can say, oh, you're great at that, or I really enjoy you. You're amazing. And you'll walk away and go, thank you. Boy, I don't know what I was doing there. That self-doubt just jumps on you. So you have to be conscious of your self-doubt, conscious of your battle. Conscious. You must be conscious of your battle. Hey, Alton Barcliffe, God bless you. I see you, nephew. You've got to be conscious of it. And then you got to understand that's the first thing. Kind of look at some of your triggers. The next thing is understand the root of your self-doubt. Where did this come from? What's the root of it? What's the source of it? What is the root of it? Explore some of the origins of self-doubt, including maybe your environment is creating your self-doubt. What's the origin? Is it societal expectations? Because you've taken on a title that's in society, so there's a certain expectation. You're a manager, and now there's an expectation on being a manager, not just the job, but how you carry yourself, everything. You now becoming a bishop. Okay, well now they expect you to do certain things. I'm a wife now. They expect me a husband. I'm a husband. I'm expected to do certain things. I'm of a certain age, and now I'm expected to know it. And it's interesting how when you're expected to be somewhere that you're not, you're expected to have experienced something that you haven't, and people expect you to do it. And so that becomes a root of why you have self-doubt. Does that make sense? You understand what I'm saying there? A concept of, somebody just said, "Ooh, whether you can remain relevant." That's a huge trigger, fight, all of that. Um, when I talk about the root of it, I'm talking about societal expectations, um, maybe even childhood experiences. Maybe even childhood experiences can affect the root of it. Where did this begin? Began because it was put in me as a child that I'm not good enough. It was put in me as a child that I had multiple siblings, and I was always the sibling that didn't achieve like the other ones. It was put in me as a child that having an A wasn't good enough. I got to have an A plus. I mean, there are different ways that you can look at. There's so many different things that this is the root of it. Um, I didn't get any praise when I was a child. Nothing I ever did was right. Or the reverse. Or the reverse. I'm in doubt because I've always been uh, pushed and praised, and now I'm not getting that because I've gotten into society and realized it doesn't work that way. Now I'm dealing with that. So there are a lot of ways. Um, hmm, Based on how you were treated, how you experienced, maybe even personal beliefs. Personal beliefs. I hope y'all got that. Tina said past trauma. Past trauma. Um, I used to do one when I did something, or there was always a penalty for doing this. There was a penalty. Your hair look a mess. You feel bad about yourself, your image, because you were always told you're too dark, you're too light, your hair's messed up, you don't have good hair. You can't get nothing right. You don't know how to dress. And all these things went in you. They went in you and created this self doubt. Now you could have grown up and now you're gorgeous. Literally, you're gorgeous. Your skin is great. You know how to adorn yourself, but because it was put in you earlier that you're ugly and you can't get them right, you may be gorgeous, you may be handsome, and you just can't receive that because as a child you were damaged. Does that make sense to anybody? And so this is the root of it. This is the root. It's a root. When you look at it and say, this started somewhere beyond me. So now here you are in the kingdom of God, trying to do something successful, trying to walk into ministry. You're in this church and your pastor's putting you in place, and God wants to use you. And you've got these series of things that you've got to navigate that are dealing with the root of your own self-doubt. You got a pastor saying, you can do this. You can be the leader of this. You can work in this area. You can be successful here. And you're believing it because of the power of God and because of your ear gates and what you're hearing, and you know it to be so. But then when you start walking it out, you have to deal with your self-doubt. No pun intended. When you start walking it out, you got to deal with self-doubt. And self-doubt shows up while you're trying to walk something out. It does not show up when you first agree to do it. When you first agree to become pastor, when you first agree to become worship leader, when you first agree to become floor ambassador, when you first agree to serve God, when you first agree to become a manager, when you first agree to get married, when you first agree to have children, when you first agree, that's not when it comes out. It comes out when you start walking it out. When you start walking it out, then your self-doubt comes out. And you find out where you feel less than in an area, where you feel less than. So I want you to stop and I want you to reflect on the factors that contribute to your negative self-perception. I want you to stop and think about what has contributed to my personal negative self-perception. You don't have to post it per se. You don't have to put it on time, but I really want you to think about that. What has contributed to this? Because there's something to help make this what it is. And I want to deal with it. I want you to understand what contributes to it so you can cancel that out. Because when you realize this happened because my brothers and sisters harassed me, this happened because um, uh, kids were cruel. This happened because of dysfunctional family. This happened because I was molested. This happened because I was abused. When you understand the core and the root of the thing, you can then start navigating beyond the thing. When you understand the core and the root of a thing, you can then start working beyond and working out of that thing because you learn how to navigate it. You know where it came from. You can discredit it for now because it was then. Take away its power for now because you put it in the column of then and not now. And you can begin to walk into a healthy posture. Is this making sense to you? This is the Dr. James Spence today talking to you. Because I want to help you. I don't want you just to be anointed. I don't want you to just be married. I don't want you to just have a business. I want you to be a healthy business owner, healthy entrepreneur. I want you to be in a healthy marriage. I want you to be a healthy servant of God. I want you to be healthy. Oh, that's really good. Somebody put up a thumbs up. Hadn't seen that before. That is cool. Y'all, some of this technology I'm getting used to. Somebody just put a big thumb. I'm like, hey, I hadn't seen that before. That's great. Um, some of y'all like, he is really so archaic. He's never seen a thumbs up. No, but it came up big on the screen. I hadn't seen it. So anyway, I don't know who it was, but thank you for that. These are things that really make me healthy. I don't want to be just gifted and not healthy. Come here, come here, come here. I don't want to just be gifted and not healthy. I don't want you to just call me a title, but I'm lost in that title. I don't want to just be a mother, but not be a parent. I don't want to just be the person that had the baby, but don't know how to lead that baby. I don't want to be a sperm donor, they call it, but not be a father. Wow. Are you hearing me? Concept. No, Lord, don't just give me money. Help me understand how I can handle money. I can handle, I think somebody said earlier, I think it might have been Solange, I can handle success. Because you didn't just promise me success. What you really promised me was good success. So that means it's supposed to be healthy success. And good success and bad habits or bad history or bad doubt does not match. Good success and self-doubt does not match. So therefore, if I'm going to have good success, you're going to help me get rid of my self-doubt. Now, let's recognize some of the self-doubt patterns. Some of the patterns of self-doubt. Let's look at that. Oh, I know. Here it is. Good thing. Dealing with self-doubt, negative talk. Negative self-talk is a bad pattern for self-doubt. Let me say that again. A pattern in recognizing self-doubt, a pattern in recognizing self-doubt is when you're talking negative to yourself. Negative talk. And negative talk can be, Shataka, negative talk can be little things that you don't understand. I talked the other Sunday about little foxes. Little things that you don't understand are really killing your own image. You're right. Keith Perry said guilt. Negative talk is, you're not going to do good. You're not going to get it right. You're never going to fit in. You shouldn't be doing this because you did X, Y, Z. See, that's that private guilt. You indicting you. God can't use you for that. Pastor done said he wants you to do X, Y, Z, and you ain't got no business doing that with all you did. The boss just talked about giving you a promotion, but you lied your way into the job. Come on, y'all. I know I got this gift on my life, but I done had a baby out of wedlock. They probably won't even like me. Negative self-talk. You're talking yourself out of it. Ain't no sense in me going for this interview. I'm not going to get the job. They're not going to give me the job. Come on, y'all. Come on. Hurry up. Tag somebody right now. Seriously. Tag somebody. Share it with somebody because this is actually healthy for you. So it can be healthy with somebody else. Negative talk. And another big one, and I think Arlisa said this earlier, perfectionism. I got to get everything right. Boy, you're your worst critic. You're your self-doubt. You're your worst critic. You are the one who feels like, oh man, you could have done an amazing job. And you're going, well, it's okay. Here's something. How many of you all do this? How many of you all, somebody says, oh, your hair looks, that's a nice outfit. You go, oh, this whole thing, I don't know where I get this from. This is something, Or, man, your hair looks good today. I've been trying to get it to work out. Here's a famous one. Women, you're going to identify with this one right now. I'm going to say this, and all y'all better say amen. Every woman on here better say amen when I say this. All right? Women, I'll go, your nails look nice. And what's the response? I'll say, your nails look nice. What is the response? Every woman on here, what's the response? I'm not going to say it until somebody write it. Somebody walks with you and says, your nails look good. What is the response? There is a response that every time somebody says, your nails look good. Thank you. Thank you, Latia. I need a fill-in. Or they need to be done. Yes, I need to. Thank you, Denise. Thank y'all for telling me the truth. Thank you. Woo. They are right. Or I always get the same response when I tell somebody your nails look nice. I say your nails are good. They say I gotta get them done. I gotta get them done. Gotta get a fill-in. Whatever the phrase is. Thank you, Gina. I promise you, I compliment somebody on their nails. It was a young lady had some black matte nails, and I hadn't seen it. I said, "That's nice. They're sharp." She said, "I gotta get these done." I mean, I'm going. I just said it was nice. Your response was, "I gotta get this done." That's that perfectionism. I see nice. You see flaw. On you. You're wearing something. You're wearing something. You put something on. You've done something to yourself that you find flaw in. Not being able to embrace a compliment because of your own perfectionism. That's a problem. When you talk about recognizing self-doubt patterns, that's one of your patterns that you have that are not healthy. Negative self-talk, perfectionism. Another way to recognize self-doubt, something called the imposter zone. You know, the imposter, the imposter, the imposter zone. You're impersonating something. Somebody's in your space. You got to practice mindfulness so you can become aware of these patterns. You can become aware of when you're talking down to yourself, when you're talking about, thank you, Gina. She says, I say, your hair looks nice. You go, oh, Lord, I got to go get it done. And I'm going, like I just said, your hair looks nice. And your response is, I got to go get it done. Because in your mind, it's not enough. See, that's that self-doubt. It's not enough. I can't do enough. And men suffer through this. Men suffer through this because men feel like nothing I ever do is enough. Because there's always something being demanded next on that man. Come on, y'all. We're talking about self-doubt. Self-doubt. You've managed to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You don't make the money you want to make, but you do have a job now, a solid, and you feel like it's never enough because somebody's always saying you should be doing more. You should be making more money. You should be further in life. You don't own your own car. Now you just got your license straight finally, and now somebody say you own your own car, and you're going, listen, hey man, one thing at a time. So it's never enough. Thank you. I need at least one man to say, hey man, I got him. I got him on here. And women, you better know that men are saying it. And men, you better know that women are dealing with their own self-doubt. That's that concept. That's that concept. It's never enough. It's never enough. So you got to challenge your negative thoughts. You got to challenge your negative thoughts, kind of introduce a cognitive behavior that will help reframe the way you think. Learn to take in a compliment. Even if there is something that you need to plan, even if you are getting ready to go get your hair done, say thank you. I try to keep it up as best I can. This is good. Learn to take the compliment. You're really a good manager. I'm glad to serve under you. Thank you. I'm really trying hard to make sure that we're all growing together. Take the compliment. Learn how to do that. Celebrate the fact that as a mother, you've been able to successfully get your child through the 5th grade. I've successfully navigated them through the 5th grade. No, I realize they're coming into adolescence, and that's going to be the next battle. But celebrate the fact that as a mother, I've reared the child, I've had the child, I've seen the child through their primary and the infant phase, and I've got them in school, and I'm getting, learn to combat that self-doubt with positive realities. Self-doubt is often conquered with positive realities. No, man, I haven't preached 20 good sermons, but I've got 3 good ones off, and I'm thankful. I'm growing. I'm growing in this thing. I'm making it happen. Yeah, I didn't get it all right, but I don't sin like I used to sin. I don't cuss as much as I used to cuss. I'm getting there. I'm not finished cussing completely, but I'm really close, and I'm getting much better at my responses. And I'm thinking now I'm thinking before I cut somebody now. Now I'm thinking. I still got my knife, but I'm not cutting them yet. Um, see, I'm saying that, so you really got to go through and combat. You got to combat negative thoughts. You really do with positive thoughts. You got to encourage yourself. Bible says David encouraged himself. You got to encourage yourself, um, and then you also got to question the validity of your self doubt. Question it, challenge it. Don't don't step into your self doubt. Challenge your own self doubt. Are you hearing me? Make sure you challenge your own self doubt. It's not what you made it to be. Challenge that. You know, are you good enough? Yes, I am good enough. I'm good enough because He chose me to do this. And where I'm weak, He's making me strong. He said He would perfect that which concerneth me. So even where I'm off, He's gonna perfect that area. So I'm the man for the job. Come on, y'all. It's not a mistake. No, I'm supposed to own the company. I'm supposed to run the company. Absolutely, it's not a mistake. No, I am the right husband for you. I am. You are the right wife for me. And you got to challenge that. You can't just let self doubt win. Oh no, I am a deacon. I should be a deacon. I will do the job of a deacon. I should be the one. Absolutely. I'm not perfect, but I'm absolutely called to do this assignment, whatever it is. And you got to know that. You got to know that. And then you got to cultivate. This is the fifth thing now. The fourth thing was challenging negative thoughts. The fifth thing I want you to do, and I'm sorry, let me go back. Let me go because I want to make sure y'all got them. The first thing I wanted you to do was, first off, be aware of self doubt. Understand self doubt. Know what it is. And then number 2 was understand the root of your self doubt. Number 2 was understand and deal with the root of your self doubt. Number 3 was to recognize your self doubt patterns, negative talk, perfectionism. Recognize those patterns. Number 4 then was to challenge those negative thoughts. That's where I was last before I go to the next one. Challenge those negative thoughts. And all this is important. And I want you all to pick out the thing that I'm saying to you. Make it so that it goes on your timeline. So you can almost chronicle your own growth. Put it on your timeline for Wisdom for Living. I got this today. I figured out that I'm gonna cease my own negative talk. I'm gonna combat my negative talk. I'm coming back at it. Hey, I'm gonna challenge every negative thought about myself, and I'm gonna live my best life. Now, the fifth thing, I want you to cultivate your self-compassion. This is great. Cultivate loving you. Come on, put it this way. Cultivate loving yourself. It's important that you love yourself in order to overcome self-doubt. Self-doubt is getting you in a hate mode. Love yourself is killing everything that's trying to kill you. Self-doubt's got to go. Love yourself right out of self-doubt. I love myself. Love your complexion. Love your height. Love your celebrate. I'm going to say something major. Y'all ready? Hold on. I'm going to say something major. You ready? Celebrate your weight. Celebrate your weight. Everything in society says you have to be a certain size, certain measurement. In order to look good, you got to be this size so you can fit this. And I get it. I have nothing wrong with your ambition to lose weight. That's a wonderful thing. It's a good, healthy thing. But do not condemn and indict yourself so much that you talk yourself into self-doubt about yourself. If you're heavier, get clothes that make you sharp heavier. If you're skinny, get clothes that make you feel good about being thin. Whatever your condition is. If you're dark, get the right colors that accentuate your complexion. Whatever you have to do, you do that thing for you. Get the hairstyle that you like. Get the haircut that you like. And say, hey, I feel good about this. Love on yourself. I love the fact that I'm still here. I love the fact that I'm able to keep myself together. I love on you. Come on, y'all. Have a good love on me party. That's how you conquer self-doubt. If you don't love you, then you're going to let everybody else tell you how you're supposed to feel about you. Will you please control the narrative about you? Stop giving people permission and power to dictate who you will become. I'm going to say it again. Stop giving people permission and power to dictate who you will become and how you feel about you. I don't give you permission to narrate to me how I feel about me. I'm control my own narrative. I like me at this size. I like me smaller. You know why? Because I like me. I love me. I love me bigger. I love me smaller. I love me with blonde hair. I love me with gray hair. I love me with black hair. You have got to love you. And that's how one of the greatest victories over self-doubt is self-love. Self-love, kindness, mindfulness, and then get a support group that helps foster your self-love. Whoa, get a support group. I might be jumping ahead of myself here, but get a support group that helps foster your self-love, fosters your self-esteem. Build yourself. The next thing is to build yourself a resistance. Build a resistance or a resilience, not a resistance, a resilience. Build a resilience. Some resilience building skills, how you cope with your own setbacks and your failures. How you cope with them. Yeah, I failed, but that failure was an experience. Bible said, count it all joy when diverse temptations come up unto you. Because they're gonna work patience, they're gonna work development, they're gonna bring you to something. Count it all joy what you went through. Because first off, count joy that you went through it. Can I say that to you? Stuff that you call failure, I don't call failure. Because if you learn something in your experience, it is no longer failure, it is now experience. When you go through something, it's not a failure if you go through it, it then becomes experience. I didn't get that right, but I gained experience in it. Yeah, that was me in the newspaper. That was me the other day. That was me. However, I learned from it. And if you learn from it, it is not failure, it is now experience. You get to put that in the experience column. There are things I can always improve, but at the end of the day, I love me some me. I know that's right, Antonia. At the end of the day, that's my conclusion. And I've learned from every mistake. Oh, yeah, that was me. That in 2010, oh, yeah, that was me. However, what I learned from it is why in 2024, I'm soaring. Because I learned from that. I didn't let it kill me. Highlight that role of perseverance. Go back and talk about how you persevered through it, how you adapted, how you learned from your mistakes, how you built confidence. I'm better and not bitter. When I'm bitter about it, it means I'm still in it. I'm still dealing with it. When I'm better from it, I can talk about it. I can admit it and understand that was then, but this is now. Somebody put that on your line. That was then, but this is now. And now is better than then. That was my then, this is my now, and my now is better than my then. So much so that it's hard for me to tell you about my then because my now was so much better. That's who I was. That's not who I am. That's where I was. That's not where I am. I'm in another place now. And so I built a resilience from it. I've learned. And once I do that, now that I realize I'm no longer there, here it comes. The next thing, I can start setting my next set of realistic goals. My next set of realistic goals. Woo. And here's the guideline for creating a realistic goal. I want you to write this down. The guideline for creating a realistic goal, right, is to create smart things. To create a smart, smart is S-M-A-R-T. S-M-A-R-T. The S is be very specific. I'm going to give you this, how you set a realistic goal. How you set a realistic goal. Smart, S-M-A-R-T. S-M-A-R-T. The S in SMART is specific. Be very specific with your goal. The M is for measurable. Make sure the goal is measurable. The A is achievable. Make sure the goal is achievable. The R is, and this is big in today's time, the R is relevant. Is your goal, does it match the relevance of the day? Is it relevant? And the T is time bound or timeline. I'm giving myself a specific time for this to happen. So that's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound goals. Got that? Be smart. Be smart. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, timeline. See, but once you get past the concept of, okay, I'm resilient, I've come through some things, now I can start setting goals because these are things that help me get into my self-confidence. When I set my goals, I now can step into a realm of self-confidence. And I'm going to be smart about it. I'm going to be specific. I'm going to be measurable. I'm going to be achievable. I'm going to be relevant. And I'm going to have a timeline attached to this. That's goals. All right. The next part is this. And I'm moving because I know my time is going. When you talk about dealing with self-confidence, number 8. Number 8 is celebrate your progress. Celebrate your progress. All right, let me do a quick review. 5, 6, and 7. 5 was cultivating your self-compassion. 5 was cultivating your self-compassion, which is love yourself. 6 was build resilience. Resilience. Know that you can come through it. Make it an experience, not a failure. 7 is set realistic goals. Be smart. 7 is be smart. What's that? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, timeline. Goals. That's be smart with your goals. Number 8 then is celebrate your progress. Celebrate every step you make that put you closer to where you want to be. Pastor Sean, we can't just be in this. We got to celebrate what we're achieving. We haven't got it all done yet. But first off, I want to celebrate. I didn't quit. I didn't let my own self-doubt cause me to quit and throw in the towel. I told somebody, well, how you feeling? So I'm feeling pretty good. I still got some challenges with my knee, but that's just, I still got my legs. And they said, you're still here. If you're still here, that's the victory right there. Because the progress is, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm a little bit further today than I was yesterday. When you celebrate victories, when you celebrate progress, you make way for you to continue. When you celebrate progress, you drive. That's maturity, to say, honestly, I didn't get this all right, but I'm still swinging. Now, I want to celebrate your swing. I want to celebrate the fact you're still swinging. Celebrate your success. No matter how small, make sure you stop and do it. And I mean celebrate it. Find somebody that'll say with you, good job, now we're getting somewhere. Really. Emphasize in your life the importance of acknowledging your own personal growth. Don't wait for somebody else to acknowledge it. You acknowledge it. Like, tag, and share this because somebody needs to make sure they're doing the right thing. They're doing the right thing. They're doing better. All right. Number 9, building a supportive network. I want to get to that. I knew I jumped the gun with that before, but this is critical to me. And I'm going to give you one more, then I'll be done. Number 9 is build a supportive network. Get people around you who believe in you. Get people around you who are going to say, hey, you can do it. I believe in you. I know you're supposed to be the one for this job. I know you're the one that's supposed to open this company. The contracts are going to come through. The marriage is going to work out. God's hand is on you. You're going to impact the body of Christ. You're going to be successful. Find somebody that pushes you that way. And move yourself away from every negative conversation that won't marry that. Get away from stuff that is not profitable for you. Get away from conversations that are not lifting you up. Get away from people who don't see you out of what you're in. Get away from people who only know you for a setback, not a setup. Get away from that, which only knows you in setback, not in set up. Hallelujah. Get away from everything that only knows you in setback, does not know you in setup. Woo! I'm moving from the setback because I got to move to the setup. Hey, God, I'm moving from the setback because I got to move to the setup. Mm-mm-mm. That's my goal. That's my role. That's my thrill. That's my push. I am moving to a place of setup, not setback. What? I'm embracing, number 10, I'm embracing my imperfection. Yeah, I know I'm not altogether right. I know I'm not altogether perfect. I know I got some flaws, but that's why God has chosen me because He looked beyond my faults and He sees my needs. That's why what's going to blow people away is they're going to know your past and won't be able to predict your future. Wow. What's going to blow somebody away is that they know your past, but they can't predict your future. And then they're confused because what they knew about you does not match what they see going on with you. Because you were able to progress, you were able to go forward and not backwards. You were able to succeed and not fail. And so that's the nature of God. Embrace your imperfections. Embrace them. Embrace them. All right. So I hope you got something out of this, and for I want to let you reflect. I want you to tell me. Can somebody tell me something maybe today that may have helped you? If you don't mind putting it on the timeline, this helped me today. Tell me something in it that helps you. Something in this lesson that helps you. Whether it be, and I'm going to run back through them. Whether it be finding out what self doubt is, whether it be understanding the root of self doubt, or if it's recognizing. Come on. Recognizing self doubt pattern, or was it challenging your negative thoughts? Or was it just simply cultivating a self love? I love me. Was it the fact that you built a resilience? Was it the fact that you're going to be smart with setting your goals? You're going to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timeline? Was that a good thing for you? Was it the fact that you're going to celebrate your progress, and you're going to build a supportive network? You're going to embrace your imperfection? These are things that I want to know. Definitely need to learn to stop speaking negative of myself. Yeah, there you go. Definitely do it. I'm progressing through even without their input. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I see it. Thank you all. Self-love was for me. Thank you, ma'am. All of it helped me. Thank you, Tina. Lord bless you. Wow. Wow. Self-love. Self-love. It was helpful to me overall. Everything helped me. Thank you, Jesus. This was so good, Apostle. I do not embrace my success. There you go, Antonia. Come on. Come on. Smart goals. I knew you were gonna like that, Kathleen. I knew you were gonna like that. Smart goals. Come on, Demetrius. Yeah. Imperfections. And you gotta embrace imperfections because He said He's gonna perfect that, which concerns us. So I need to be able to identify where I'm imperfect to watch Him work perfect things. Listen, I want to make sure you know this. That listen, I love you to life. I want to make sure you know it. That those in this particular class in our gathering, they love you. Their hearts are up because they love you. I want to invite you to our global holy convocation, which is our global family gathering coming together, where you're going to be able to get some in-person teaching and preaching and sharing and growing and fostering, and you'll get an amazing koinonia with family that you may not know you have. So I want you to come out to our 26th annual global holy convocation. It is June the 18th through the 22nd. So June 19th through the 22nd. June 19th through the 22nd. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be better because you're there. I want you to come and be a part of that. June 18th, 19th through the 22nd. It's going to be amazing. Someone in my eye, y'all. Y'all pray for me. Someone in my eye. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Want to see you there. Certainly want to invite you. If you're local and you need somewhere to be Sunday, or you just want to come and get a powerful word, 2403 Leadenham Street in the city of Durham. North Carolina. You are my personal guest every week. Every week, you're my personal guest. Register for Holy Convocation. Go in, register. Let us know you're coming. Put your registration in. They're posting that right now. You just saw the link for convocation. You can just, thank you, Kathleen. You can just go on that link and register. Go right to the link. Make sure you register. We're at the Hilton Hotel in Raleigh. Do your reservations right there. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. God is up to something, and I don't want you to miss it. And if you need a church, come by my church. We Church is off the chain. You don't want to miss that. It is crazy. And I am so thankful to serve so great a people. I am so thankful to serve so great a people. So let's govern ourselves accordingly. I love you to life. Love you to life. Thank you for coming and tuning in to Wisdom for Living. I promise you, where word empowerment is something interesting because there's word for your life there. There is word for your life at Word Empowerment. And I am privileged to be the senior pastor. My wife is the amazing executive pastor, and my nephew, Brian, is the assistant pastor. We just want you to come in and celebrate with us all that God is doing. It is an amazing encounter to see how God is moving. It's just missing you. It's just missing you. So come share with us. We'll be delighted to have you. I love you to life. Take this lesson, sow it into somebody's life so that they'll never be the same again. I love you. If you want to give, the ways on the screen are there to give, but I want you to give this word into somebody's life, somebody's heart. Never, ever be the same. God is working on you. Something better is working out of you. You don't need self-doubt because you're amazing. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. I love you to life. Be blessed. Shalom.